What if I told you that in the vast, unforgiving theater of history, every empire is merely a fleeting actor, destined for a final curtain call? From the dawn of civilization, the narrative of global power has been a relentless cycle of ascent and decline, a dramatic play where today's titans are tomorrow's footnotes. This isn't just ancient history, it's a repeating pattern, a timeless lesson etched into the very fabric of our world. But what drives this inevitable rise and fall? And could the giants of our era face the same fate? Let's journey back to the 16th century, a time when two colossal empires dominated the world stage. The Ottoman Empire, centered in Istanbul, was a sprawling powerhouse of military might and economic control, its influence stretching across 3 continents. For centuries, it was the master of East-West trade, a beacon of culture and innovation. Yet this giant's strength became its weakness. The sheer scale of the empire made it impossible to manage effectively, and constant wars drained its treasury. A failure to modernize its economy and military, coupled with internal corruption, slowly eroded its foundations. By the early 20th century, the once mighty empire was dubbed the sick man of Europe, a shadow of its former glory, before finally collapsing after World War I. Simultaneously, on the western edge of Europe, the Portuguese Empire charted a different, yet equally dramatic course. Fueled by a golden age of exploration, Portugal built a vast colonial network based on the lucrative spice trade. Its ships commanded the seas, and its wealth seemed limitless. However, this prosperity was built on a fragile monopoly. As rival powers like the Dutch and the English grew stronger, Portugal's dominance was challenged and eventually shattered. Overstretched and outmaneuvered, it struggled to defend its sprawling territories. The loss of key colonies and a devastating earthquake in Lisbon in 1755 accelerated its decline, reducing a global superpower to a regional player. Both empires, though vastly different, succumbed to the classic pitfalls of overexpansion, fierce competition, and a failure to adapt to a changing world. But this isn't just a story of ancient empires. Consider the modern tragic tale of Nauru, a tiny island nation in the Pacific. In the 20th century, Nauru discovered it was sitting on one of the world's richest deposits of phosphate, a key ingredient in fertilizer. The country became astonishingly wealthy overnight, boasting the highest per capita income on Earth. Its citizens enjoyed a life of luxury, with the government providing for their every need. But this prosperity was entirely dependent on a single, finite resource. As the phosphate mines were exhausted, the wealth vanished as quickly as it had appeared. The landscape was left barren and desolate, and the nation plunged from first-world opulence into economic crisis. Nauru stands as a stark, contemporary warning. An economy built on a single, unsustainable pillar is an economy destined to collapse. From the opulent courts of Istanbul to the stripped mines of Nauru, the story remains hauntingly the same. Power, no matter how absolute it seems, is never permanent. It is a temporary prize, held only by those who can navigate the treacherous currents of change, innovation, and foresight. These stories are not relics of the past. They are mirrors reflecting timeless truths about ambition, hubris, and the cyclical nature of history. They force us to look at the world today and ask a critical question. As new powers rise and old ones are challenged, are we simply witnessing another turn of this ancient, unforgiving wheel?